So a lot of you may remember a video that I did last year that was the inside out Christmas tree ornaments on the lathe. And this year I wanted to just change it up and try something a little different. So I made these Christmas trees as well on the lathe. Now this is such a good beginner project if you're just starting out on the lathe and you want to make something, but you're not necessarily the best at the lathe. This is really good. It works on a lot of skills and this is not hard to do. So I was able to make these in a weekend and they're just something fun to have around the holidays. I'll probably put them on presents that I give to people. They don't cost very much. So let me show you how I made these. For these Christmas trees, I started off with pieces of wood that were roughly 2 inches by 2 inches and about 6 inches long. Now this lathe project was good for me because I'm just getting back into using the lathe. I haven't used it in almost a year, so you will see some learnings here and some safety tips that you should not follow. So this first step here is kind of a what not to do. I decided I was not going to use the tailstock on the end to hold in the piece of wood. I figured it being so small, it wouldn't really be a big deal. I also was not using my full face shield. I did get lucky here and it worked out okay for me, but make sure that you are using both of those items as much as you can. So I totally could have been using the tailstock here to hold that in, and you'll see down the way here how it becomes an issue for me. Now this, as I said before, is a great beginner project because you can just kind of go with what is working well and make creative designs however you want. And if something doesn't work out, you can just change it and make something a little bit different. One thing I noticed a lot with this project was just the different types of wood. Now the harder woods were really tough to shape and to make some of the intricate designs out of. They also took a lot more time and effort, where the softer woods were just a lot easier to work with. So that might be something to consider when doing your projects. If you're doing something that is really detailed, maybe using a softer wood might be a better choice. Now I had 2 projects that turned out great on here. And of course, it was my third one here that I decided I was just going to get started and shape it just so that it was round and ready for me for when I came back from lunch. So this one, it just flung that wood right out of there and straight up into my face. Luckily, it did not hit my nose and I was wearing eye protection, so it didn't hurt my eyes, but this could have been way worse. As of right now, I just look like I have a big gash on my tin, and you can even see when I'm doing my intro, it just looks like I have a really bad zit. No, that's from a piece of wood hitting me straight in the face. So it's very humiliating for me to admit this, but I just want to be honest with you guys so you realize the things I do. I'm not a professional, and hopefully you can learn from me and not make that mistake that I did. I find that it's the shortcuts I take in the shop that are the dangerous ones. Now you can see I'm doing it properly here. I have it fully pinned in and I did not have any more issues. I also thought it would be hard to actually shape the trees with that tailstock in there, but it wasn't a problem at all. In fact, it kind of just helped make the spot at the end. Now when I was making the projects, you probably saw I put some Johnson's paste wax on it, but it really didn't soak in that well. So I dipped these in mineral oil a couple different times just until it would not soak up any more oil. And then they are ready to go.